You are looking at a project I did many years ago, not long after I found out I was having heart issues and I had to lay low for a while. I decided I wanted to experiment with this new material called hardy clay. It comes in small packs about this big, and you can mold it and form it. It's an air dry clay that you can turn into any kind of object. It's especially marketed to kids, and I've shared that with kids a lot in the past once I learned how to use it. But I decided to do that one time. I was just kind of sitting on the couch, and we had had dinner, and there was something was in foil. I think it was a corn on the cob, and I took the foil and I wrapped it around some newspaper. I rolled up some newspaper and decided I was going to make a dragon. So I made the body of the dragon out of a rolled up piece of, probably even a dirty paper towel, it didn't matter. Folded around, I made it, and I used a coat hanger. I got a coat hanger and I bent it for the shape of the wings, and I used a piece of paper and made two forms, and I shaped the wings so that they would come down to the armature, and I put that through there. I made the arms out of a piece of wire, and the legs and the tail as well, just all using found objects. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I was able to shape this dragon out of it. Then I decided once I had the dragon, I was going to put a hook in the top and just hang it from the ceiling, and I decided that was not going to be enough and it'd probably fall and break, so I decided I'd build a castle for it. We had been doing some construction, and there was some blue insulation foam lying out in the backyard that I had to do something with, so I cut it into shapes, and I made it into a block that I could turn into this base. I made layers of base coming up and then vertical pieces as well, and glued them all together. And then I started carving, using all kinds of different tools to carve and shape with. I used my wood carving tools, I used my X-Acto knives and sculpting tools, and shaped it into this. After carving it and figuring out how it was all going to go together, I decided to finish it with paints of different kinds. I did a base coat, a primer, to tie everything together and smooth everything off. And then I started exploring with metallic paints that, you get a craft store variety of metallic paints. I sprayed first coat on, a base coat and in dark brown or black, and then I started bringing it up with different shades of bronze and brass and antique look, and I was able to get a nice form. And I really like the castle because there's a lot of cut-throughs that go through paths that you could come through. I have a trunk for a tree coming up over here that I need to bring the rest of it out. I was going to have an old gnarly tree coming up in here at one time, but I kind of like it is now, so I don't know if I'll ever get around to that. But I've never done anything like it since, and I've always wanted to, so maybe when I take a break from pen and ink and painting, I'll have to get back to this, go eat another corn on the cob and turn it into a dragon.